Parliament's Section 194 committee has the ball, or rather says the ball is in the court of suspended Public Protector Advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane. This comes after the majority of the committee members recommended her removal from office for misconduct and incompetence. Mkhwebane now has until the 21st of August to respond to the draft report before it's sent to the National Assembly for ratification. Newzroom Afrika's Athi Mtongana reports.
The findings in the draft report speak to the charges of misconduct and incompetence against the suspended Public Protector Advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane.
Reliance was placed on all of the evidence in relation to charge 1 and 2, so CX as well as Friede, and then there was an addition of the Chidi matter as well. So incompetence in respect of the SARB 7.1.1. The charge was that Advocate Mkhwebane had grossly overreached and exceeded bounds of her authority and had unlawfully trenched on Parliament's authority and the National Executive to determine socio-economic policy, and that had to do with the amendment to the Constitution. And then in terms of CR17, there were also aspects of incompetence in relation to the EMIR code. And over there, we also deal with the application of the EMIR code in the SARS, in the Gordhan matter, where it was also wrongly interpreted, where there was a complaint that Mr. Gordhan had misled Parliament, and similarly in CR17, where the President was alleged to have misled Parliament. So there we show that it's incompetence because of the wrong use or wrong version of the code.
The Section 194 Committee Chairperson, denies that this process is being rushed and unfair towards Mkhwebane.
The notion that we're rushing this process, it's being hurried, is a frivolous notion. Firstly, as you would know, our plan was to do this in 6 months. When we started in 2022, we wanted by December last year to have concluded this, 6 months. We couldn't do that. We're beyond that 6 months, we're beyond a year. And so this process has been so prolonged. So there's no rush. We actually have a deficit of the time that we put in. And the point about us rushing this in order to reach the October deadline, we needed to finish this yesterday. There's no rush. It's about us doing this work. We've been delayed by so many off-ramps, and many of those off-ramps were initiated by the suspended Public Protector. The issue of taking this for review would not necessarily affect the kind of recommendations that we're making. Those recommendations will stand. We certainly are going to defend our own decision and our own work.
The next step is for Advocate Mkhwebane to respond to the draft report before it is finalized. This at the back of the recommendation of the majority of the committee, saying that she should be removed from office, with the exception of the EFF and Aljama, and previously the ATM and the UDM, which have been against this process. All of this will be taken to the National Assembly for tabling. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Athi Mtongana in Parliament.